Hello everyone. In this video I will be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let us go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. There is a lot of news today because Iran has launched a major missile attack, and this time its target was the American airbase in Qatar. In addition, reports indicate that an American airbase in Iraq was also hit. There were also reports that alerts were issued in various Arab countries warning of possible missile strikes on other American air bases in the region. While missiles were not launched elsewhere, these two locations have confirmed attacks. Now the big question is, what happens next? Will Arab countries start fighting among themselves? Will America retaliate more forcefully against Iran after these attacks on its bases? And if America attacks further, what will be the response of countries like Russia and China? What will be Pakistan's position? These are all the questions we will examine in this vlog. Alongside that, we will also discuss the internal political situation in Pakistan, where PTI has passed the KP budget without Imran Khan's consultation or contact, which is causing anger and discussion on social media. Many are asking, has the establishment now proven that even without Imran Khan, not just the country, but his own government in KP can continue to function? We will discuss this further and also share two important news updates related to Imran Khan. So, there is a lot packed into this vlog. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Let us begin with the most serious development, the international situation. Since this evening, reports have been coming in from multiple international media outlets that Iran may target various US air bases. Earlier today, Iran's ambassador met with the Russian president, and after that this major decision was taken. Iran had already hinted at this, so many believe an alert or warning had been issued in advance. In the evening, airspaces in various Arab countries, including Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE and Qatar, were shut down and security alerts were issued. Soon after, videos emerged confirming missile attacks in Doha, indicating that Iran had launched missiles at the Al Udeid airbase, a major US military facility in Qatar. About 6 missiles were reportedly fired, most of which were intercepted. There were no casualties or major damages reported. Many believe this was a symbolic attack by Iran, aimed at signaling that American bases are within its reach. And if the US continues to support Israel in war, then its assets in the region will not remain safe either. The concern then shifted to how other Arab nations would respond, especially Qatar, where the attack took place. Qatar confirmed the attack and reported no damage, thanking God. But their foreign advisor, Dr. Majid Ansari, stated that this was a violation of Qatar's sovereignty and that they reserved the right to respond. However, he also emphasized that there was no intention to escalate, making it seem like Qatar will not retaliate militarily and will treat the attack as symbolic. Interestingly, Qatar's claim about sovereignty violation feels hypocritical. They did not raise sovereignty concerns when hosting an American base on their soil, but feel violated when Iran targets it. Why are so many Arab countries hosting US bases? What are the reasons behind these accommodations? But let us not forget, we, Pakistan, have also done the same. We have fought America's wars, lost our soldiers and civilians, provided NATO supply routes, and allowed drone strikes in our own territory. The Abbottabad operation was conducted on our soil. So the behavior of other countries is not very different from ours. Regardless, Qatar's mild response suggests that they will not take strong action against Iran. Another major development came from Trump in response to this attack on the US airbase. Trump said, "Yes, the attacks happened, but they caused no damage, and the US has no intention of escalating further." This calculated response indicates that while Israel and Iran may continue exchanging attacks, there may not be a wider war involving other countries, for now. Had America retaliated aggressively and other Arab countries joined in, we could have been looking at the start of World War III. But Iran's move appears calculated. It only targeted US bases and made it clear that Arab countries or their citizens were not targets. Iran's spokesperson even said, "Qatari citizens should not worry. Our target was not Qatar or any Arab state, only the American base." This shows that Iran does not want a full-scale regional war. It knows it cannot fight all countries at once, nor does it want to. So, for now, this suggests the situation might not expand beyond the Iran-Israel-US triangle. However, there is still uncertainty. After all, Trump is unpredictable. He may say there is no further action today, but could change his mind tomorrow. If the US refrains from further retaliation, and Iran also holds back, this conflict might not expand. But if any country reacts more strongly, the situation could quickly escalate into a wider regional or global conflict. So anyway, that was the situation up until now. After these attacks, everything has now been normalized. Airspace has been reopened. Earlier, sirens were sounded in Kuwait and Bahrain, airspace was closed, and advisories were issued. All of that has now been normalized, so it seems the situation is moving towards normalization. A meeting of the National Security Committee was also held in Pakistan. Now, I am only referring to normalization with respect to the other countries. Iran and Israel's attacks are still ongoing and could intensify. We will have to see how that situation develops. Coming back to Pakistan, the statement issued after the National Security Committee meeting is quite notable. In it, Israel's aggression was indeed condemned, declared unacceptable, and it was acknowledged that war is not a solution. They emphasized the need for diplomacy instead of conflict. But the interesting part is, nowhere in the statement was the US mentioned by name, even though the recent attacks on Iran's nuclear sites were carried out by the US. Yes, the statement mentioned that there had been attacks on Iran's nuclear sites, but did not name who did it. Another thing to note, although Israel was condemned, the language used was not especially strong. It felt more like, "We are concerned about the current situation." There was no clear, forceful condemnation like, "We strongly oppose this." So it seems the declaration was carefully worded, perhaps with the US in mind. Incidentally, I noticed American newspapers mentioned that just a day before, the Pakistani government nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, and the next day they criticized the US for its attacks. This likely irked the Americans, even though Pakistan tried to take a defensive position. That could be why the National Security Committee's statement was drafted cautiously. Now, in Pakistan, this will obviously turn into political point scoring. PTI, Imran Khan's party, will likely speak out strongly. The current government will try to stay diplomatic and measured. Regardless of who is in power, let me just say, the government in power always has to take a more calculated, responsible approach. They are dealing with official channels, foreign governments, and diplomacy. They cannot just react emotionally like opposition leaders or the general public might. However, when it comes to Iran, there is strong emotional sentiment among people in Pakistan. So many expected a more aggressive move from the government, not necessarily calling for attacks, but at least full support for Iran. They did not expect the government to be talking about awarding Trump medals at a time like this. Now let us come to the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Assembly. Today, the KP budget was passed very quickly, like missiles were being launched. Apparently the entire budget was passed in just 3 hours. Meanwhile, the federal budget has not been passed, nor have the budgets of Sindh, Punjab or Balochistan. But KP passed theirs first, and they did so without Imran Khan's approval, consultation or any meeting, which has caused a lot of anger and disappointment among party workers. They feel that Imran Khan has been sidelined, and to be fair, this perception holds some weight. The establishment, meaning the military and elite, seems to be trying to prove that they can form and run a government without Imran Khan. They can handle issues, even US or India related, on their own. And now even in a province where PTI is in power, things are running without needing Imran Khan's input. In essence, they have successfully given the impression that KP's assembly can function without Imran Khan. And as I said in my last vlog, it does not seem like anyone even tried to contact Imran Khan. They could have delayed the budget by a day or two. 14 days are allowed for budget approval after it is tabled. They could have waited until Tuesday, when his sisters were scheduled to meet him in jail, and asked for his permission to pass the budget. Even a simple message from him like, "Go ahead for now," would have sufficed. But they did not even wait a single day. Instead of passing just a few clauses or provisions, they passed the entire budget without waiting. That clearly shows that the KP government played a facilitating role in portraying the minus Imran narrative. If they had wanted to resist, they could have done something, but I do not think they really tried. Now the big question, will Imran Khan ignore this or react to it? Will PTI's supporters now become divided over this? The impact of this decision will definitely be visible in the coming days. Today, in the assembly, Ali Amin Gandapur gave a speech and chanted slogans like, "This is Imran Khan's assembly, only Imran Khan will decide." But it felt like a show, because obviously Imran Khan is sitting in jail watching this. He will know that the budget was passed without meeting him. He may not immediately say, "Dissolve the assembly," or bring a no-confidence motion against Gandapur. But he will definitely understand what happened, how and why. Today is also the day when people are scheduled to meet Imran Khan. A list of 6 people has been sent, including Salman Akram Raja, Niazullah Niazi, and others. Barrister Saif has also been added to the list. He represents KP's government and is known to be a trusted person. If he goes, he might also meet Imran Khan. So we will be waiting to see Imran Khan's response on 3 fronts. His stance on the international situation. Many are criticizing him for not tweeting yet. His reaction to the KP budget, which will be quite important. His decision on protest strategies. He had postponed them for 2 weeks, but might change his stance given the new situation. So today's meeting, and what he says afterward, will be important. The second major news about Imran Khan today is that his bail decision will also be announced. It was delayed yesterday without reason, and after 5 hours of waiting, they said it would come today at noon. So we will see if that happens on time. Of course, he will not be released immediately, but his supporters are hoping for some relief, especially to get rid of the May 9 cases. After that, focus will shift to the Al-Qadir case. So let us see what develops next. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Do not forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.